Our first Urban Decay video, cop fights with the street rat in the subway. Yeah. Look at this. So the cop's like trying to wrestle him down. The other cop is doing nothing. He's grabbing his hand. He's doing nothing. This guy
kicks him in the nuts.
Kicks him in the nuts. Head punches, and the other cop's just standing there. Can't the other cop just knock him out? Hit him with the pipe?
Yeah.
You can't tase him? No. Probably get in trouble for that. These guys probably get paid like, what, $60K a year?
Starting. Something like that.
It's so brutal. Like, who would want to do this? The other cop does nothing. He tries to grab his wrist. The other guy's kicking him in the nuts. Real pathetic.
If I was that cop who was getting zero help and I watched that video playback, I would say, hey, buddy, I'm asking for a transfer. Where were you?
You're the worst partner ever.
That was the worst part of probably the month. You know, how many cops do you wrestle? How many times does a cop wrestle somebody? That was the worst part of my month. You were nowhere to be found. And then also, the first thing I said to you is, what happened to the Billy Club? Like, if you're fighting someone, if you're already fighting someone, you've made it clear, like, I don't care if you disagree with it, you know? Like, no, I don't think I should be arrested. Clear that up a little bit later. The cop is wrestling you, and you're fighting back. It's Billy Club time.
It's Billy Club time.
What happened to the Billy Club?
You probably can't. And then if like that guy runs away, you probably can't chase him. You have all these rules now, so it makes no one want to be a cop. You have to get the vaccine, so a lot of good cops left from that. You're just really creating an environment where the police are going to become like useless and stigmatized, and it's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, and then your partner's a woman. Yeah. And she like passed the physical fitness test, but she doesn't really work out anymore. So she's just kind of a fat blob.
And the physical fitness test was brought down to get more diversity or whatever, to bring more ladies on the force.
Yep.
I'm not saying ladies can't be on the force. We love our female cop fans. We have some.
Yeah, but you know, for me.
But my partner, I'd rather a guy be my partner.
Yes, for sure.
I had to pick.
Better upper body strength, ladies. I mean, you have to admit that, right?
That's true. Or maybe be like a cop somewhere nice where you don't have to go wrestle street rats in the subways.
Yeah, go be a Martha's Vineyard cop. It's easy. You never stumble into the big drug empire and get killed.
Yeah, exactly. Next, the teacher gets punched in the face. This teacher lady gets punched in the face. Another person not getting paid enough.
She about to lose her job. What the fuck, miss?
Oh, tries to close the door, gets absolutely clocked in the face by some urban youth. Isn't that horrible? That's someone's mom, probably. Some teacher just gets punched in the face by a kid.
She's on year 25, you know? She's been paying her dues forever, and the school changed. Now the kids, they do the world star run around after you get swung on by a fucking degenerate 17-year-old kid.
Yeah, very not good. Next, the robbery suspect meets a prepared cop.
Yeah.
This one goes a little different.
Why would that matter, bro? You don't have no reason to pull me over.
You're riding your bike the wrong way on the road.
Oh, I just crossed the street, sir.
Yeah, but you gotta follow.
Where I gotta cross? Tell me where I gotta cross. There's a somewhere you gotta cross? Do I gotta go all the way to a corner?
All right, you gonna ID or you're gonna go in handcuffs? It's up to you.
Nah, we're gonna.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I got a gun. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you.
Says, I got a gun. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you. And then things escalate, and then he gets shot. So viewer discretion is advised on that one.
Thanks. Thanks. After the fact.
After the fact, viewer discretion. Not much to say there. That's how it plays out sometimes too.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you? Well, it's not in the script or in the videos or whatever. But do you want to talk about that cop who shot the kid eating the burger at all? Show people that we can be anti-police as well.
Oh yeah, there was that clip from that was a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Where cops were responding to like a call about someone causing problems. They got the wrong car. They thought it was a car that just had some kid eating a burger in it, and they shot the kid and killed him.
Yeah. And the cop is off the force and now is being like tried for manslaughter.
Yeah.
I have a restricted troll guy who like hates me, BLM type, in my Instagram. And he sent that to me like so what now?
As if we like the cop
and it's
doing
like,
that.
yeah, I'm blindly on every cop's side. No, he's a retard.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
100%. So there's plenty of times we don't agree with the cops. Remember the COVID parts where the cops were shutting down churches? We were not on the cops' side for that.
Yep.
BLM we were, because, you know, it goes either way. It very much comes down to the scenario.
It's extremely conditional. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like a unconditional support of all cops. Obviously, like if you're a good cop, I would pretty much support you in all circumstances because you would make the right decisions.
Yeah,
But-
exactly.
But I thought that was so funny. That was like the see, like dunked
Yeah.
on. But it's like, you think I like this
They
guy?
pretend in the argument that like one side thinks all cop behavior is good and the other side, you know, is against it. And it's like we've plenty of times called the cops out.
And if that was a black guy, we'd have something. We'd have a crazy situation on our hands.
If that kid who was Hispanic.
He looked Hispanic to me.
So if that Hispanic kid was black, it would have been George Floyd 2.0.
Right before the midterms too. Democrats
Yeah.
couldn't write a book better than that.
But no one even really hears about it or even shows that much about it. It's not useful to the Democrats, so they don't care. Next, old lady gets robbed. This is just a sad clip in New York City, another New York situation. She tries to give a homeless guy or a street rat some money,
Yeah.
and then he yanks the purse, tries to get it, pulls her to the ground, someone's grandma.
I think she holds on to the purse though.
She holds onto the purse, but isn't that just sad?
Yeah. Someone's already being kind to you and you want to make them a victim.
Yeah. Well, our next thing is actually a bigger picture issue. It's a kind of a mini section called I'm Noticing a Trend.
Yeah.
So in this section, I'm noticing a trend. 21, can you read the headline?
21-year-old victim of assault and attempted rape was hesitant to call police because the attacker was black. And the image on the screen is this girl with a beat up face, like clearly got mauled.
But she was hesitant to call because the attacker was black.
And I believe this was a situation where it was getting sketchy. It was borderline sketchy. Like the vibes were off. She was like, is this guy about to do something? And then she wouldn't call the police. And then look what it got her. Beat up face.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And there was another story in the same vein about apologizing as the victim. Can you give that a read as well?
Yeah, so there was an LA woman who suffers a brain injury after a stranger stabs her with garden shears in LA. So this nice, beautiful young girl, 24, somewhere in Hollywood, just got randomly attacked, random stab.
With
right?
garden shears, stabbed in the back of the head.
Yeah, by like a mentally ill psycho, like who
Street rat.
who has free reign of the city in Gavin Newsom's California.
Yeah.
And so it said, somebody else quote tweeted, it said, the suspected stabber, 30-year-old Jonathan Cole, rammed a pair of gardening shears with 4-inch blades into the back of Watts's head as they passed while walking down the street, police said. Despite the horrific nature of the crime, her mother said she understood what happened to her daughter was a social and systemic failure and that more needs to be done to help those living on the streets who are struggling with mental illness.
Yeah. It was a socioeconomic issue.
Yeah. There's a 4-inch gardening shears in your daughter's neck and she's in the hospital, but man, they really need to do more for those struggling on the streets.
Yeah. Socioeconomic issue. It's like stabbing someone in the head. What's like, oh, I'm so poor I had to rob. And it's like, did you rob food or did you rob sneakers?
Or did you randomly commit an extremely violent assault with no financial gain?
Yeah, exactly. So now everyone's like apologizing and everyone's scared and everyone's apologizing as the victim. We saw this last week as well with that Georgia football player who was shot, 18 years old, everything going for him, shot dead by two 19 and 18-year-old black kids.
Yep.
And then the dad says, we forgive them. We don't know the full what?
Yeah, socioeconomic factors. And that's kind of a meme, right? They say, oh, we don't know what socioeconomic factors led to this. It's like, well, he executed the guy after he already had the money. So socioeconomic factors led him to execute the store clerk, that Indian store clerk. Remember that one?
Socioeconomic factors.
Yeah, that was a socio factor. And so one other thing I will say is, remember the 90s? The 90s were pure. Someone would get killed, like a kid would get killed by, a faulty seatbelt thing or something. And then that mom would go on a mission and make it her life's mission. And we'd get like Samantha's Law or something where it's like the seatbelt can never do this or that or the other. And it was like just one angry mom, one senator from that state or something. And like they'd get it done, And now it's just, well, we don't know what happened. Well, we need compassion. Lead with compassion. Compassion's not really working, guys. You get random attacks. Remember
Yeah.
the furniture store girl who got murdered in LA recently?
Of course.
Oh, got to lead with compassion. So we're just America's youth are just going to continue to get victimized. And this girl, nice girl, had a good job. Actually, got laid off from her job. The article said, and then stabbed in the neck with gardening shears. So just LA things.
Yeah, but there are some socioeconomic issues that may have led to that, which is why the guy needed to stab her.
Yeah, the systemic failure caused that guy to stab. It was California didn't do enough to stop him from randomly stabbing someone.
Mostly, once again, no accountability. And also, as always, we're seeing a common thread, a lot of anti-white violence. And like I'm going to call it what it is. It's anti-white, and it's from the rhetoric, from top down, all over the place. It's okay to be anti-white. I'm not calling for censorship either. I'm not saying that if you should be canceled or censored, but I think that's kind of where it's at. All this stuff, this anti-white, this mindset that's been pushed with the progressive agenda, like whiteness is a problem, whiteness is the old guard that needs to be replaced, whiteness is what caused all these problems, and that's why we're here. That is why you're seeing white kids get killed. That's why you're seeing white ladies get knocked down the subway stairs and beat up and stabbed and attacked. It's because people think that it's okay because it's open season on white people.
Yeah, remember the old genocide chart, dehumanization, and blaming and all those. Yeah.
So that's where we're at now. Bubba Wallace attacked an Asian driver.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, that's typical.
I have a joke there.
Stop Asian hate.
Yeah.
See, apparently there was some car accident. He pushes him. He tries to push him, and this guy doesn't want to fight. The guy doesn't want to fight.
Doesn't want to fight.
I'm not doing it. And Bubba keeps coming, keeps
And that's
shoving
the
him.
only Asian driver in NASCAR, and Bubba Wallace is trying to
Run him
fight
out of town.
So, Rat Boy, do you want to hear an Asian driving joke or a black on Asian hate crime stat joke?
Both.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't have either.
Fuck.
The joke was either, pick one.
All right.
So
Bummer.
there was no actual jokes.
I thought you would have at least one.
Yeah. I used all my preparation on the Mandela section.
I figured. That actually worked.